Hi, my name is Anthony Patterson. Around March of 2013, I had an idea to make a video of the history of Patterson Auto Group, telling the story about who we are, from the company's humble beginnings to being a force for good in our community, to our growth and expansion in the automotive industry. This is a story we're proud of, a story I felt needed to be shared, so you'll know more about where you work and who you're working for. It's why so many of us take so much pride in where we work and what we do. Throughout the video, you will see a standard above most companies, and that standard is quality. Quality in everything that we do. Specifically, quality in the people that we hire, quality in the training we provide our employees, and quality in the processes that we implement. All of this in order to provide our customers with an exceptional customer experience. This video is dedicated to the two major mentors in my life, and that's my father and president, Harry Patterson, and CEO, Paul Tygart. This video is dedicated to their hard work, their tenacity, their vision, along with their leadership example of always doing the right thing, no matter what the cost. To them both, I, along with many, say thank you. Whether you've recently come on board with us or you've been with us for some time now, this video is also dedicated to you and your family's future with this great company.
Moore, Oklahoma, 1946. In a yard in a quiet neighborhood, a toddler is playing with a car tire rim, looking intently, curiously, at this shiny object half as big as he is. Inside his home are his mom and dad, who will one day be parents to two girls in addition to their son. Those devoted parents know that they will teach their children Christian values and a strong work ethic. What no one can know on this sunny afternoon in Moore, Oklahoma, is just what a talent that little boy will turn out to be. If you have spent even a few days in Wichita Falls, Texas, you're bound to know what that little boy's name is. It's Harry Earl Patterson Jr., founder of the Patterson Auto Group family of dealerships. Harry Patterson came to Wichita Falls in 1979 to purchase his first car dealership. Since then, sharp business sense, staying power in the face of adversity, his leadership, and his compassion for others have made such a difference in this community that it's almost as hard to imagine Wichita Falls today without Harry Patterson. After graduating from high school in 1964, Harry enrolled in Oklahoma Christian University. In 1967, he entered into the United States Army. Shortly after his basic and advanced training, and due to his positive signs of leadership, Harry was chosen to attend the Army's first ever Leadership Academy to become a non-commissioned officer. 68 young soldiers were chosen for the grueling academy to train in the 5th Infantry Division Mechanized at Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma. Only 38 graduated.
So it's a pretty tough deal, kind of a fast track 6-week program. If you got through it, you would become a non-commissioned officer, or what is called a sergeant, E5. You were assured of that. And the other thing that you were assured of is that you were going to go to Vietnam.
Harry and his fellow NCOs soon found themselves overseas, fighting for their country and each other.
38 of us went to Vietnam. And 37 of us came back. So we came back, the ones that did came back, we came back with some wounds and bruises and holes and stuff like that, but we came back, and our mission was to get ourselves back along with our people. So gained a lot of leadership, tough training, so to speak, back in those days, and I acquainted oftentimes with coaching. I've never seen a real good professional coach that wasn't somewhat tough. Fair, but tough. Usually somebody that's not going to ask anybody to do anything that they wouldn't do themselves.
After returning home from combat in 1969, an older, wiser Harry Patterson returned to Oklahoma State University to earn a degree in agricultural economics. With 11 hours left to earn his college degree in 1970, Harry went looking for a summer job.
I called a friend of mine, and that was already in the car business, and he referred me to somebody else, and next thing you knew, I was interviewing at different dealers and found one in Norman, Oklahoma that I kind of catered to, and finally talked them into letting me sell automobiles.
Harry asked for nothing but the opportunity. No salary, no benefits, no guarantees.
Got real fortunate the first day and sold my first car after a few hours, and the next day sold a couple more, and so pretty soon I was liking what I was doing, kind of fell in love with the automobile business and selling. And
it quickly became clear that Harry had a talent for sales and a winning way of treating customers. Two established car dealers took note: Bob Moore in Oklahoma City and David Moritz in Arlington, Texas. Harry worked with Moritz for 5.5 years. At that point, the two dealers decided to invest in Harry. The three formed a partnership to buy an ailing dealership in Wichita Falls, Texas, that carried Oldsmobile, Toyota, and Mercedes-Benz. In 1979, at age 33, Harry Patterson would embark on his first that has become many business adventure. Harry, his wife Brenda, and their children Anthony and Ashley moved to Wichita Falls for the opening of Harry's new dealership, Patterson Oldsmobile Toyota Mercedes Incorporated, on March 27, 1979. 2 weeks later, the largest tornado in North Texas history roared through the city, demolishing houses, tossing cars in the air as if they were toys, killing 47 people, and leaving a city devastated. 2 years later, heavy rains caused massive flooding. The 1980s brought the oil recession and the savings and loan crisis. In his typical understated fashion, Harry recalls,
So it got pretty tough there for a number of years, but we hung in there with a group of great employees that we built up over the years.
Today, that great group of employees in Wichita Falls, Bowie, and Arlington, Texas numbers close to 400 people in 7 dealership, service, and administration facilities. That kind of exponential growth takes more than just hanging in there. It is also the outgrowth of Harry Patterson's core values, which inform his approach to his business operations and his personal life.
I was born in a great family, great Christian family in Moore, Oklahoma. I have 2 sisters younger than me, and had great examples of leadership and work ethics and character and Christian principles throughout both sides of my family to acquaint me with on a daily basis and keep my focus moving in the right direction. I try to focus on Christ first and family second and business third. And do I get them out of order? Very often, most definitely do, but that's what the power of prayer is for, you know. So I work to try to keep that in line and try to run my businesses same way I try to run my life.
That life includes making time for projects that make our community a better place to live, especially in the area of education. When Harry and Brenda's children started school, they attended kindergarten at Wichita Christian School. At that time, the school offered only preschool classes. Today, thanks in large part to Harry's and Brenda's help, the school is a 12-year school with its own building and gymnasium. And although he did not graduate from Oklahoma Christian University, Harry now sits on its board of directors and also serves as national chairman of Partners for Christian Education, which helps start and support Christian schools in the U.S. and abroad. As for maintaining his focus in the right direction in business, Harry relies on key principles that all business owners could use to help their businesses thrive. Patterson Auto Group's CEO and co-owner Paul Tigret was born and raised in Iowa Park, Texas. His father died while Paul was young, leaving his mother to care for 5 children.
I lost my father at a young age, and my mother was blind. I was the youngest of 5 kids. And the reason that I tell you that is that I was really destined to live around this area. I felt like I needed to be around to help my mom when she needed it. She's since deceased, but because of that situation, I felt like I was always destined to live right in this area pretty close. And I always told people, even when I was an employee of the dealership, not an owner, not a senior manager, just an employee, I always told people, if you're going to be in the car business and you're going to be in Wichita Falls, Patterson's is the place you ought to be. And the reason for that is it's the best dealership. It has the best benefits.
Paul Tigret says he was just a kid technician when he joined Patterson's in 1979. His journey from enthusiastic kid to respected CEO began with raising his hand at just the right time.
So I remember Harry started some evening service advisor training classes, and I had asked if it would be okay if I started to attend those because I was hoping one day to move out of the actual working on the cars to some other opportunity, maybe as a service advisor or something like that. And so he said, yeah, that'd be fine. And so I started attending those classes. What I didn't realize is that kind of caught his eye, that this technician would have an interest in learning more and expanding his knowledge.
3 months after the tornado, Patterson's body shop manager left. This time, Paul walked up the stairs to Mr. Patterson's office to ask if he could be the company's next body shop manager. Seeing Paul's confidence and enthusiasm, and knowing that he was a man who never stopped learning or wanting to learn, Harry Patterson said yes. A year later, Patterson's service manager relocated to East Texas. Once again, Paul approached Mr. Patterson. Once again, Mr. Patterson gave Paul the opportunity to grow into a new position with more responsibility, service manager.
So now I'm 22 years old and service manager. And that was one of the challenges in my life because all of a sudden I'm supervising the guys that I used to work right next to. So that was a little bit difficult, but anyway, we kind of rocked and rolled. The company started growing. The car sales really started increasing. I could see things that were evolving up front.
Over the past 35 years, Patterson Auto Group has grown to include 400 employees with a management staff of 30 plus. Paul's career has kept pace with every stage of that growth, thanks to his willingness to keep learning and be open to new ideas.
We have and will continue to hold leadership training sessions because it's more than managing a department to us. You're leading people and you're setting an example for their lives.
Paul's management philosophy has proved a solid foundation for growth for Patterson's.
The 3 legs that manager's seat is made of, one of those is customer satisfaction. You've got to have happy customers. If you don't have happy customers, nothing else matters. The other one's employee satisfaction. If the employees aren't happy, then there's no way the customers are going to be happy. So that you've got to have happy employees that you're in charge of. And the third thing is you have to make a return on the investment of that department. And if you're missing any one of those 3 legs, that stool won't stay sitting. You're going to fall off of it.
As Patterson Auto Group expanded, Paul's career path reached new heights. Yet, as is the case with many people who work with Patterson Auto Group, his personal growth has matched his professional success, something his fellow employees notice and appreciate.
He was a service manager when I went to work there as a title clerk, and I've watched him grow in his role in Patterson Auto Center, and I love it. He's just like a great friend to me.
Early on, I knew him as Mr. Fix-It. He was a body shop manager and service manager, and he and I worked together in those early years. Paul was always a man who, like Harry, he would always do the right thing. He always had a gift for dealing with people, both employees and customers. And he's a person that I'm very proud to have worked with all these years.
Patterson Auto Group was founded with a set of core values: honesty, integrity, a strong belief in doing what you say, and treating everyone fairly. Christian values that have been interwoven into the very fabric of Patterson Auto Group, defining the organization and what it stands for. This strong moral code carried over not only into how their customers are treated, but also in how their employees are treated. These values were crucial in shaping Harry Patterson into the man he is today. You can feel it in the atmosphere at any Patterson Auto Group establishment. An environment that bleeds honesty, integrity, and demands something extra, something different of its employees.
And we really do look at it like we're one big family. We all represent one another. We all are affected by the actions of, just one person.
Although 1979 was the year Patterson Auto Group's central values and principles were officially established, these morals and beliefs were only developed after a lifetime of valuable experiences and lessons. Experiences and lessons that created the cornerstone of principles that Patterson Auto Group was built upon. What was once a small business of only 30 employees has now expanded to a 400-member team, the largest locally owned dealership in Texoma. Numerous prestigious awards have been given for their performance, including the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics in the Marketplace, the Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award, Texoma's Best, and more. Patterson Auto Group's reputation for providing great service and customer satisfaction became the standard for how a dealership should operate in this area.
I've worked for Harry Patterson since almost the beginning, really 1979. And over that time, there's one word that comes to my mind to describe him, and that's integrity. Employees and customers can count on him to always do the right thing.
Harry, he's the type of person that's honest, high integrity. Whatever Harry tells you, that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. And he wanted the customers number one.
The one thing I've learned working for Harry Patterson is to be honest. He has never asked me or anyone that works for me to do anything other than be honest and truthful. Some car dealers get a reputation of not being so honest, but that is not the case there.
One of the worst things I hate to hear, we've had this little conflict here with our customer and I'm going to let them sleep on it overnight. Don't ever tell me that. I don't believe anybody ought to sleep on any problems. You ought to get it taken care of before the sun goes down so that everybody can sleep good. Don't sleep on problems.
Without a strong foundation, a structure, a family, a business will fall. But given the right foundation, strength and longevity will reign. These foundational principles hold true with Patterson Auto Group, and they continue to be the reason for the company's long-lasting success.